What's good, BFM? This is Big Tone coming at you from Big Tone Productions Pizza Feast. You know what time it is. It's time for another cooking video. Today we're going to do something a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I've eaten it a few times. I've only cooked it, I think, one time, and that was a little while ago. But we're going to try this. We're going to do chicken Tikka Masala. Something that I was always afraid of about this dish is that it was an Indian dish. So when I think of Indian dishes, I think of a lot of spices, and it was really intimidating. Don't be intimidated by it. If you guys follow along with the video, you'll come out absolutely fine. But if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Make sure you share the video, guys. Let's get started with some chicken Tikka Masala. For the marinade, this is what you're going to need. I'll go through each ingredient here. But I got 2 large chicken breasts cut up and cubed here. So I got that into a bowl. We're going to need some yogurt, just regular plain yogurt. Then we're going to need some garlic paste, some ginger paste, got some coriander, some turmeric, some garam masala blend here, my pink Himalayan sea salt, some cumin, a little bit of cinnamon, and I use red crushed pepper, and then of course we got my cracked black pepper here. So essentially we're going to put this in a bowl and marinate it overnight. So first thing I'm going to start with is, it calls for, I think, of 1/8 of a cup of yogurt, but I put 1/2 cup in it. Right there on top. And then we're going to go to our cumin. It calls for 1 teaspoon of cumin. And that's about 1/2. Let me put in a little bit more. There we go. 1 teaspoon of cumin. Then we got our coriander. It's 1 teaspoon of coriander. And we got our cracked black peppers, about a quarter of a teaspoon. And then we go to our turmeric, and it's 1 teaspoon of turmeric. This is one of the few recipes where I'm gonna tell you exact amounts. Well, as close as I'm gonna get them anyway. 1 teaspoon of turmeric. And we got 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon here. And there we go. And then I'm going to put in about 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flake, just a little bit there for some heat. So next we're going to put in our ginger. It's about 1 tablespoon of ginger. About 1 tablespoon of ginger. Sorry guys, that was the garlic. I'm going to throw in my ginger now. And 1 tablespoon of ginger. The first one was garlic. I apologize guys, I got it backwards for you. So that's all it goes in the marinade. So I'm going to let this marinate overnight. I'm going to mix it up here real good. Oh, I forgot. I do apologize. And I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of garam masala. That's a mixture or blend of spices, so you can pick that up. It's optional. You don't have to put it in. So typically I'll start mixing this up in the bowl here with a spoon until I get everything kind of mixed into the yogurt. And at that point, I won't bother with the spoon anymore. You got to get in there with your hands. So I mix it up real good with my hands. Look at that color. So that's all it's to it, guys. Mix it up real good. Gonna let that set overnight. You can let it sit minimum 3 hours. I let it set overnight. Your chicken will be super, super moist and tender. I got my onions here, chopped up and diced up. That's about 1.5 onions. Well, no, it's about 1.5 onions. And then I got some minced garlic, some minced ginger, some coriander, turmeric, my black pepper, got some garam masala seasoning, some cumin, some chili powder. Of course, I gotta have my pink Himalayan sea salt. Then I got a little bit of, I use half and half. You can use cream if you want. And then I got a little bit of butter here. some tomato paste, and some diced tomatoes, and then I got some bay leaves in here. And of course I got my chicken here. 2 teaspoons of butter here. That's in the pan. The pan is nice and hot. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cook the chicken. So you saw the chicken's been marinating overnight. And we're going to put this in the pan. And we're just going to get a nice sear on it. It doesn't have to be totally done from this stage because we're going to be cooking this twice. So we're going to put some in the pan here. We're going to be careful not to overcrowd the pan because otherwise it will just steam. There we go. But we're going to cook that up so it gets nice and seared on all sides. And then I'll cook up another batch here. Looks like this pan of chicken here is about where I want it to be. It's got a nice sear on the outside. So we're just going to take this out of the pan. It's not totally done, so don't think it's done. I'm going to take it out and put it in another pan. And we're going to get another batch of chicken in here. Chicken is out. And I got my skillet still on. I'm going to turn it down to about medium here. And I put in about 3 tablespoons of butter here. Additional to what I had. But that all got soaked up in the chicken. So I'm going to let this butter melt here. Onion. So we're going to sweat this onion down real good. Now all of those bits and everything that's in the bottom of that will eventually come off because we're going to do what they call on Food Network deglaze, but we're going to do it with some water and tomato paste and some diced onions, or sorry, some diced tomatoes. But we're going to let these onions caramelize here and cook down a little bit. To the onions, I'm going to add just a little bit of garlic paste. There we go. And I'm going to add a little bit of ginger paste. Now that the onions have cooked down, the garlic and everything has been incorporated nicely, I'm going to add 2 large tablespoons of tomato paste. And then I'm going to add my can of diced tomatoes. And we're going to stir this up in here real good with the onions. So I'm going to add just about a cup of water to this. There we go. And we're going to let this come to a simmer and let it deglaze and get all the goodness off the bottom of the skillet. So the next thing I'm going to add is my cream. I'm using about 1 cup of half and half. You can use whole cream if you wish. I'm just using half and half. That's what I had. Alright, so I'm going to add my chicken back to the ingredients there. And we're going to let this stew and cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. Cook the chicken thoroughly. And I'm going to put a lid on top of this so it can cook down. I'm going to lower my heat down to about a little less than medium and let this stew, guys. Alright guys, and one thing I totally forgot to add is a piece of bay leaf. I'm going to put that in there. We're going to stir this up in there. Let that bay leaf flavoring get in all the way through. Just make sure you don't eat it. And I added a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. You can add as much as you like. Traditionally, it's always topped with, some fresh coriander, aka cilantro. I didn't have any, so put some onions on top. But there we go. No time, just have to marinate the chicken overnight. Another perfection on the plate. Alright guys, so here you go. Chicken Tikka Masala, guys. Oh man, it smells so good. So I'm going to take a little bite of this. Oh my God, the chicken is so tender. That's awesome, guys. Absolutely awesome. I got my little bit of basmati rice here. Marinating that chicken overnight definitely does a trick. You can do it as little as 3 hours. It's absolutely fine, but this is awesome, guys. Hey guys, If you like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Make sure you share the video. Hey guys, this is Big Tone signing off. Peace.